It's just an unlucky night, apparently. All right, well, there's that bug, and now I think I have to start yet another stream, did it? Or did it fix itself? No, it ended, of course. Nice. Well, it's just a night like that. Don't even worry about it. And one different day. Fix everything that broke. All right, well, rough night when it comes to streaming on YouTube, especially. You can't really recover YouTube stream. All right, that sucked. Yeah, apparently it's got some problems with that. I need to really deal with those. I might need to split the map up. We'll have to see. I've been noticing it crashing more often. And if truly it just cannot load them, I might just need to do that. I didn't even have the full map loaded either. I am doing level streaming. That's the problem. It's not really as free as you think it is. It still has to load everything. It loads references to everything, and every blueprint it's not free. Like they're not instanced. It's very very different than you'd think it would work. It does reduce the load some, but every new thing you put on the map that isn't instanced is pretty much just adding to it. Adding to the problem, which is kind of why I was thinking of splitting it up because, well, it crashed even once when I wasn't streaming. So, yeah. I gotta switch earbuds because these ones saying battery low on me. Which seems kind of early tonight for them to be doing that, but I might have been wearing them kind of earlier in the day. That could have been it. Water's pretty bad too. I'm adding a lot of that. But really, at the end of the day, the load system is not built for vertical levels like this. Like in a normal place, it would just be loading a flat world, and these things wouldn't be loaded at the same time. But because these are loading things that are above and below them, it's just not that great for buildings or anything that should build on top of each other like that. So I will probably have to do that at some point. Break them into multiple things. Probably just an inevitability. Because, I mean, this has crashed quite a few times. This is 3 crashes today, 2 times while streaming. That says a lot. That says stuff ain't working so hot. I've actually reduced the number of actors immensely, but to be fair, there are a lot of these brushes, and once I get rid of those, it'd probably help, but the water can't be nanited either. And water is heavy. I'll edit the statistics here. I've gained 4,000 more uses of thingies over time. Nice. Probably from the water. Yeah, the fully loaded map information. This is kind of a misnomer. Like, it's not completely true because it doesn't account for anything that's spawned in, right? But admittedly, the rooms only spawn in what's, in the room you're in for the most part, and maybe a room nearby, but it despawns if you get away from there, so it doesn't make a big difference. So it's not like I'm spawning in everything on the map. I am spawning in all the stuff that makes the building and things, and reducing draw calls like crazy. Stuff like this water seems pretty, but the room that's breaking on is, of course, all the brushes, because the geometry brushes are very heavy, and these are big geometry brushes. Well, the entrances aren't. They converted those back, but everything else is, a big geometry brush. Gotta remember, these are like 8x larger than a normal one, so everything is so big in this game. So I might need to change that, because then when you get to this area, it's going to be horrible, because you're going to have this area loading potentially things, and this area loading potentially things too, depending upon how high up you are. It's kind of a design flaw of the concept, but there's not much I could do about it. I mean, it's just, it is what it is, right? The game is going to be built in the building, so. But you take something like Control, and in Control, they split their building up, right? Like, though it's supposed to be one building, they didn't make it like layered on top of each other, maybe because they know what I am now learning, that is a stupid plan. So, yeah, I'll think about that. I'm gonna stand up for a second or two, because it's been like 5 or 6 hours in the stream, and I really haven't done much of a break other than to use the restroom. So I'll be right back. Alright. Also, there's progress bar. Had work with all logic there, but there's still one thing not working well. That sucks. What's not working well? What's the problem? What's the problem, man? What's the problem? Pretty sure my YouTube viewership is completely destroyed for the night. YouTube does not like to recommend multiple streams of the same person tonight. It's the worst. Best advice, don't do that. Don't crash. Crashing is bad. Yes. Music died? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert most of this maze back over to, that's awkward. You should definitely fix that. I agree. Yes. I don't know if I want this door here. I'm hearing it now. Like, say, I heard that really epic music, and I thought to myself, going, so you enter a room. The room is completely empty except for one potted plant. And then it starts playing the most epic end of the world music ever. What do? You know, I'm like, it's just you and the potted plant. Yes. Just like, what does it do? Why is it so scary? Oh my god, I'm gonna write this down because, you know, I'll forget otherwise. It was just a potted plant. As soon as you enter, the most epic end of the world music starts playing. Pretty much, yeah. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, it was like Munchkin, the game like that where the potted plant was actually an enemy you could fight. It was a level 1 potted plant. And the escape was automatic because it was a potted plant. You could just walk away. It's like, what you can do about it? Just walk away. And from that point on, the potted plant is terrifying. All you really need to know about it is most little like plant type tokens in Magic are often like 1/1s, right? And in Magic, a little girl is a half on both like her sets, so she's like half the strength of a potted plant, basically. So in the world of Magic, a little girl would lose a fight to a potted plant. I'm just saying. As long as we're scaling with Magic. The good news is that 5 flying squirrels in that world can usually kill most dragons, so, you know, just saying. It takes 21 squirrels to kill one of the, like, world-ending gods. 21 flying squirrels, yes. Because the god attacks, and it immediately annihilates 6 of them, but it's like a 15-15 flyer, and then the 15 squirrels jump it, and they all die. Then the world is saved by the Squirrel Legion. Just so you know, logic according to Magic. Tiamat the dragon, you know, from Dungeons and Dragons is an 8/8 in Dungeons and Magic, so it could fall victim to 8 flying squirrels or 8 flying potted plants. I'm just saying. If you ever played D&D or heard anything about Tiamat, I'm just saying, can't stand up to the might of like just a whole garden, effectively. So you should definitely be very afraid if there's one potted plant waiting for you. Who knows what kind of a monster that thing is. I should probably write Seymour on the plot it's in. I'll write that down too. Shop of Horrors. Oh wait, no, it's the Seymour's not the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. It's Audrey. Audrey's the name of it. Wait. Audrey 2. Okay, so that's right, Audrey 2 on the thing. I want to make references to random dumb crap. I don't know why I thought the plant was called Seymour. He says Seymour over and over, but the reality is that the guy taking care of it is named Seymour. For those people who've seen Little Shop of Horrors, and if you haven't, you probably should. Because it's weird and wonderful, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to watch it. I mean, if the prospect of a guy with a, you know, Venus flytrap that he decides to start feeding his neighbors to doesn't appeal to you, then maybe you shouldn't watch it. But for everybody else who thinks that watching a nerdy guy turn killer just so he can feed his plant is entertaining, hey, this Little Shop of Horrors got your back. Some of us may or may not have questionable senses of humor. I guess if you find things like Killer Clowns from Outer Space funny, then yeah, you'd love it. I mean, to be fair though, I'm the kind of guy who watched Attack on Titan because he wanted to see everybody die, so in funny ways. So I might be a little off, maybe. I watched Danganronpa for the same reason. Watch other people die in fun ways. Something I was gonna do. I just forgot. Not have been important. I wanted to have a little maze over the top of this, but the problem with that is how would the humans get through? Because I want humans to be able to wander through most rooms in the place, unless the area is basically designed for children and toys, in which case, sure, but otherwise, kind of don't want that. And I kind of want to cover the top of this. See, well, do I? Well, yeah, because I want to put a maze on top. So if I don't put a maze on top, then I have to cover it to do that. I kind of like having these on both sides, but yes, I do. Oh, the nav mesh. I would delete that. There we go. So yeah, the my thought process for building this place actually comes from this book I had. It was called A Maze, right? Let me see if I can find it on Amazon or something like that. What's it called? It's like may solve the world's most challenging. Ah, there we go. So, long ago, I had this book, and I might get another copy of it. It was called Maze, Solve the World's Most Challenging Puzzle. right? And you might think, how hard can it be? Well, it has but 50 pages, and you started at page 1, and it played like a choose your own adventure with your goal to reach the end of the maze, page 50, and then get back to page 1. Now, there's a puzzle you're supposed to get hints to solve along the way because the puzzle's hidden in the last page. But that was never the challenge I ever put people through. My challenge I always gave people, I'd have people be like, can you get through it? And they would always scoff. It's only 50 pages. You know, I had that book for like 15 plus years, and nobody ever got to the center of the maze, let alone back out. Nobody at all. The book always won. It was so funny to watch. They think it was like, got this, it's so easy. And then they're like, wait a minute, I screw up. And eventually they'd start writing down all the pathways they took, and it turned into this weird, like, insane thing, like, because they just can't figure out how to beat the book. And the book would always win. Every time. No one ever did it. I know the secret to beating the maze. I solved it because a cat knocked the book on the ground, and the book landed upside down one day. On just the right page for me to understand that the real answer to the book. Get through it. I was like, oh my god. Also, you can actually, like, they would also describe things on the pages too, so it would show you like pictures of what was going on. You go to which they're like that, and it had some description on the side talking about things. And this is what I'm thinking of when I'm building this. It's just random rooms. You're thinking like, we're just building the maze thingies. Yeah. With a name like Into the Abyss as the site they made for it, you can pretty much understand what kind of a monster this puzzle truly is. I'll link it in chat for anybody who wants to hate themselves. Yeah. Just in case. I'll link it on YouTube as well. Why not? Oh, it's got an ad break going, really? It's explaining it and everything. Oh well. Do I even want this here? I don't know. I'm gonna put it here just in case, because it looks kind of cool. Ah. The green number. They don't match, huh? Okay. Huh. Must not be as thick. Not the thick boy I thought it was. Alright, let me make certain that where I want to go down, because I want to get this room completely... Well, I guess I can always remake the floor. I don't really care that. To be completely honest, it's probably safe to just call it and make a floor and then go from there and then deal with it later. The other way only has one floor down, one way down, so anyway, for anyone who had the commercial break, I was telling the story about the maze book and how basically over 15 years I'd hand it to everybody who I thought I was like, you know, one of those people who was like one of those real thinker people, the brainy people, you know, the ones who just literally can't pass up a puzzle. And in 15 years, nobody ever beat it. Puzzle always won, but it was only 50 pages. And it was my inspiration for how I was building some of these things like that, when I was just thinking of the visuals of it when I was, you know, building my stuff for like the secret garden and things. Yeah, I linked it in chat just in case anybody wants to play it on the website that they have. But as I was saying, with a name like Into the Abyss as the name of the website for the maze book, you can probably understand that there's something seriously wrong about that maze book. I'm just saying, there's something wrong about it. You don't want a piece of that. Oh god, you don't want a piece of it at all. The maze book always wins. It's a monster. Unless you look up the answer on the internet, in which case you can win too, but then you will spoil a puzzle that was just ridiculous. And truly something special. I guess this is the only one I'm going to go down here. I don't know if I'm going down anywhere else. I guess I just leave it as it is and just do it, because I don't want to leave it forever and have it crash a million times just to try to get it to work. I mean, my viewership tonight just got destroyed by this thing, so... Well, not just this one alone, of course, but... whatever. Those are the merge actors. Well, this is technically merged, but... I guess it's just third floor, huh? Really? How did you not add this in? Did you just somehow not selected? For this time? Beautiful. Edit it. Just complex. It has a singular hole in it. It never works out to try to use anything but complex. If I hold it to a blueprint, you can do it, but then it's a whole different story of how it works out. Also, we have to enable nanite. Nanite? Seems good to me. And now we are a little bit closer into the world of nanite. Primitive? Or not? How are you not nanited? Okay. Not enabled there, but I guess not. That should help immensely. I'm hoping I can have all these on one level. I mean, it would be really nice. It might really be that it's just too many resources. I mean, I love a completely open world, but the next Metroidvania might be more spread out. Yes. Yeah, I gotta finish all those, and I think I just merged those together into one solid thingy, I guess. I might as well. Unless I want to keep them separate, per se. Either way, I'm going to have to turn those into, like, something that isn't this many thingies. But first, it's better to get rid of these brushes, because the brushes are nuts. Also, this should have just been enabled on Nanite a long time ago. Because it's not even a geometry. That was less than I thought. That's something. It's not nothing. Nothing. Kind of like nothing. I think I'm just going to merge this into one rather than have two of them. I'm not really planning on having lots of versions of this maze, so, you know, I don't think I have to do that. For certain, I just need one. Beer. I wonder if people actually tried that Poppet Quest game and immediately were like, nah, man. This is the bad touch. I mean, technically, this could also be less as far as how wide it is. Good enough. I don't know what my phone's problem is today, but it's definitely in why do this mode. All adjacent. Click aside. That side. Adjacent. And 10. Nawat to static miss. Static misu. Oh, the maze thing or this that I'm working on? I say the maze thingy is it is something else. Once you understand, it's already too late. Ah, yes. I say, it was amazing how it just seemed to always completely wreck people. But it was so innocuous looking as a book. Oh my god. Like I say, few things are more telling than the fact it's called Into the Abyss. Website. These people understood. They understood the monster that was inside the book. They knew. They knew, and they didn't let me know. They didn't warn me. An educational game I played at elementary school. It was a maze-like game. In order to progress, you had to answer trivia questions. And the goal was to find the way to the top of the castle from the basement. That's fair. Yeah, the actual, basically the real puzzle, because when it came out, there was like a $5,000 prize to whoever solved the puzzle first. And keep in mind, this was like in the 90s, so $5,000 was a pretty amazing prize. It took like a year for someone to actually succeed. But the real puzzle is in the last page. The last image there, it shows you, like hidden there is a question. And then the answer to it is like, each letter can be found like along the correct path through the thing. So, that's the real puzzle. But like I say, nobody ever made it to the center in the first place, so. We never got to that part with the other there. I mean, I made it to the center once I discovered by accident the solution, but I never did have the solution to the other one until significantly later when the internet just told me what the answer to that one was. I was like, oh, yeah, I wasn't ever getting that one. I don't consider myself a puzzle master in any way, shape, or form, so I admit my defeat. I believe I got it when I was like 13, and by the time I was like 28, I still had never solved it. I could have looked on the internet at the time, but didn't. Behold the power of Danite in all its glory. Yeah, it's fun. I'm providing all kinds of alternate entertainment tonight. It's like the worst plan as a streamer. By the way, here's all this cool stuff you could look at instead of watching the stream. As long as people are having fun with life, you know? Worst streamer ever. I mean, fair, it works for me, you know? I'm getting some amusement out of it. Yeah, I assume that people aren't watching, you know, just riveted to everything I do. That'd be weird. So, I imagine they've got a lot of extra things going on around there. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, sometimes maybe something I'm doing, like, if something cool, really cool is going on, I can see it. There'll be times where I'm kind of just derping along with something. I understand if people aren't, you know, just going, oh man, what's he gonna do next? That's fair. Sit back and do some learning. I have learned much in my time doing this. I'll give myself that much credit. Hopefully some of it's even useful, but that's probably debatable. But, you know, whatever. It's fine. I mean, none of it's probably useful, but that's okay. Sometimes I just get in the zone. I'm just like, I'm doing this. I wanted to work on code tonight. I did not actually want to work on the level here. I freely admit I did not wish to work on this tonight. But I think we can all agree with how many times it's crashed. I probably should. Yeah, kinda, just saying. Maybe. But I mean, code's so much more fun right now. I'll probably work on it some more. Pretty much. I don't even know what the reference is from, but you know what? It sounds accurate to what I'm doing here. I've seen what would probably be deemed an unfortunate number of Disney princess movies. Because, well, we got into a discussion about who would win a death battle between them. So in order to discuss that, I had to watch a disturbing number of Disney princess movies. Some of which weren't that bad. Some of which were terrible. A lot of which were terrible. But I've never seen Finding Nemo because there's no princess in it. There you go. It was not relevant to the discussion. Also, Rapunzel literally has an AoE death ability, so I'm just saying, like, she's pretty hard to beat. I was like, what the hell? You have an AoE death ability? Jesus. And Elsa does not count as an actual mainline princess per Disney. So, her competition is pretty soft with an AoE death ability. Things you probably didn't know. Or maybe you did know. Oh god. How do you know these things? Well, this one's nowhere near wide enough for that. Oh, I see. Really, I thought it'd be wider than that. I guess there's an extra wall there. Yeah, okay, it's fair. Never mind. Ugh. Oh, that was like a long time ago when I thought Disney was pretty cool. I think that was back in the days of Aladdin. Oh, I can't play anything Disney on there. I'll get copyrighted. Welcome to the wonderful world of streaming to YouTube as well. I can't touch anything on there. It's sad. And you might think, oh, it's not that bad. They'll copyright me midstream. It's wild. That's terrible. Yeah, they're just like, ah, ha, 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 copyright. I'll probably have a copyright claim after this one. It's not a strike though, so I don't really care about the claims. I just tell them to edit the thing out, even though I paid for the music and should have the rights to use it because, you know, what with paying and all. I don't even fight it anymore. I don't care. But mistakes I have made along the way, like I remember once I watched, I was looking at voice actors on stream, right? And I watched this lady's demo reel. And I got, you know, copyright claimed by Aniplex USA for that. I was like, really? Really? I saw part of Sword Art Online Abridged. 30 seconds. Copyright claimed. I was like, that was like a serious one too. That one was just like, oh, you can't, this isn't viewable anywhere. Some of the copyright claims just don't care, but yeah, you can get copyright strikes midstream and get your stream taken down on YouTube. Wow. I gotta admit, YouTube is a rough place to stream on. Well, the DMCA thing was going on before that. I mean, like, people got DMC claimed all the time on there for just all kinds of dumb crap. It's always music. Music just gets you demolished on there, so you gotta be real careful how it sounds. Like, YouTube, you can literally straight up have nudity all over your stream, and they don't even care, but God help you if there's any kind of, you know, copyrighted audio. Because nobody else is gonna help you. You're screwed. But the problem really is that it's like also big business for companies to just copyright a bunch of things because they don't have to prove it. So you always get scumbag companies that'll do it. And as the person who has the claim filed against you, you're the one who has to prove that you have the rights, which is awful. Really? How does that even work? Oops. That shouldn't be the case. Because YouTube is very copyright happy. Unless they deliberately pick songs on Spotify that don't have a copyright. I don't know. I can definitely tell you though, I get nailed by it all the time. I'm just real sad all the time. Maybe the saddest of sad that ever sadded. Probably. I try to use royalty-free stuff. Thanks. Yeah. I'm allergic to gardening apparently. I was moving these plants around here and it was too much for me. It's terrible, I know. I'm like the reverse of Swamp Thing. Oh yeah, I'm just sneezing. say I'm obviously just allergic to things. Such as, you know, what I'm currently working on, therefore I have to change it up. Oh, I mean, keel over. I mean, I lean over off the camera in order to blow my nose and things like that. I'll do it on camera. I mean, I could, but Sandy, when I grab food, it's off the camera too. Yep. I remember once that I found out that there was someone who literally goes and finds out every time anyone like yawns while streaming and saves it. And I realized how truly weird the world was. Where I was like, but why? Like, okay, if it's like some random hot chick and you're just weird, maybe I could at least see that. I mean, it's weird, but maybe, but just anybody? Weird. Why would you collect that? But the world's a strange place. Yeah. I'm just like, it's like I say, I know I've heard of plenty of guys that are, you know, creepy and weird and collect things for women and stuff like that because they have mental deficiencies to think that that's something you should collect of all the things. Like, there's plenty of. I mean, if you just collect nude pictures of women, seriously, like why would you collect them yawning? That's weird. But, or who knows what else, but just anyone? Why? For what purpose? Oh yeah. There's a lot of weirdos out there. I mean, I sit around playing with my dolls all night on the internet, so clearly I can't really, you know, say too much, but I don't collect people yawning. That's something, I guess. Yeah. Of all the things involved with women, their underwear is just not my thing. But people out there, I mean, once you collect yawns, new activity. I'm sure this aka Nav EG13 is more than excited to hear about our story about the guy who collects yawns and other weird perverse things that apparently that conversation will lead to. Yeah. Yes, if you find women attractive and you're a guy, I completely understand. I just don't understand people who collect just yawns. Weird. And I don't think I ever will. It's really just no two ways about it. That's just weird. But whatever. This doesn't fit. I guess I could almost get rid of it. I don't really need the wall here per se. All I really need is a tiny little edge, but I can actually put something there. I could put a pipe. Could I put a pipe? It goes through the whole thing though, doesn't it? That's true. True. You find that person, ask him. Yeah, you know. I don't think I want to know. There's things in this world that I don't need to know or have a real desire to truly know. Why someone would collect such a thing is probably one of them. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's not something that I was like, hey man, what a great plan. No, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, right, you stay over there, I'll stay over here. I can't tell whether or not what's what because it's black. Because of the stupid mode I had enabled. I probably should have just made this one giant wall. Yeah, collecting feet handpicks a little weird. Sniffing and licking, that's just not a thing. Yeah. Yeah. So you have all the parts of a female that one could sniff or lick. I'm pretty certain their feet are not particularly high on the list of things that I'm interested in doing that with. That's a little not, no. Especially because there's a lot of other places I'm sure the woman would much prefer you do. Oh, my girlfriend's never complained, that's for certain. Yep, the internet has shown me the world is a place full of a lot of, let's just say, interesting people, yes. People who honestly need to go outside. That's it, they just need to go outside. Like, seriously. I know I never go outside, but if I did, I'd probably be a better person for it as well. Yes. Probably. Actually, that just sounds like a vicious lie brought on by the man to keep us all down. Clearly, I would not be better for having gone outside. We don't do that here. That's what I'm saying. Scary place indeed. We don't go outside. That's gross. The sun is out there, and Mario taught me that the sun is, you know, attacks you. Very dangerous. I still have PTSD from the sun attacking me. For safety, I cannot go outside. I know what awaits. Mario would never lie to me. Probably. Maybe. I mean, for the right amount of money, he might. That's okay. I would at least understand for the right amount of money. I've been enabling Nanite there, and it never seems to work right. And I don't think it did it either here. Let me double check here, but I'm pretty certain it failed here too. Yeah, it doesn't do it. You have to literally go and enable it by right-clicking on it instead, and then it'll work. See? That's weird that enabling it in the actual options fails. Well, that should help on the old Nanite scale there just a little. From the monstrosity it was. Don't get me wrong, it still looks like some, you know, funhouse puked up a garden, but it's a start. Oops. Always had this selected because then you can actually have it all on the right thing to start with. You avoid the problem of it missing one of the sides when you try to select all of them. And then you end up with that world grid material on things, and it's weird. And you regret all your life decisions that have led up to that moment. I'm all curious to know people to find out about that RPG Maker version of this game. Yeah, ironic if I had to, you know, do all this to make this just to find out that people actually liked that version of the game. Because basically nobody ever played it the first time, so it's pretty much a waste of time. But it would crack me up if people thought it was great or something. It's like, oh, too late. I don't know why they think it was great. It's clearly unfinished. But still, it would be funny. Oops, I want 10. I might push this down because that's fair. Like I say, the levels are pretty dull. There wasn't too many objectives. Mostly just collect the tarot cards, womp all over a boss, and move on. And there was story in between and some collectible things and some mini games, but much of the content had not been added in yet. Still, it's amusing. I think I'll put the garden, I'll make this 2 different pieces and I'll just wall this thing off here. So you can't come from above. You're forced to go inside of the garden. Obviously you go back through, you can just cheat your way back through by jumping over the top, but there might be a tiny version of it up here too. Would be kind of cool, probably. Aha, pirate battle. Yeah. Poppet needs a pirate battle. I did plan to have her fight a pirate doll, and the pirate doll is going to have a ship. I just don't know about Poppet having a ship, per se. Maybe. Well, you're supposed to beat up 5, you know, the 5 other victims, basically like that, so each one of them has to have an interesting and somewhat unique fight. There'll be like other bosses that don't have you a lot of unique stuff, like they won't have like unique battle arenas or anything like that, but for the 5 victims I intended to have it be interesting, hopefully. Rehydrate and stretch, that's fair. I'll probably stand up for him a second, maybe stretch a little bit. I definitely should do that more than I do. I'm terrible about it. Terrible indeed. That's fair. Yeah. Maybe I'll stand and move around a little bit in a second. Get these gullies like that here. I think if I drink water a fair amount, though I also drink alcohol along the way too. That's true. I probably had like 80 ounces of water today though, so, you know. A little bit. The schedule is so screwed up today. Since I got up to go to the dentist at 8:30 in the morning. Ugh. And Bud is just like, well, why? Why did you do this? I don't know, buddy. Yeah, it's getting there. I grab these and drag it right here. I get this over to the side just so I can make them question their sanity a little bit. Yeah, see, yeah. Only a handful of wrong ways. It's not like the biggest maze, but I'm gonna make the smaller one appear, in which case we can go a little more ham. This also divides the room up too, so that's helpful. Also, this needs to go up. Well, not like that. Okay, that's just weird, whatever's going on there, buddy. Hey Jax Builds, how's it going? Well, I'm slowly getting rid of all the nanite crap. Actually, all the non-nanitable stuff. Unfortunately, it's still gonna take a minute. That should be fine there, so. Enable nanite on that. Wrong one. Oops. Maybe it'll crash less now that I have all this nanite instead of it what it was. Maybe. I'll have to fix the Rainbow Road there and all that crap as well. But I'm probably gonna move everything around a bunch, so. This whole floor needs so many walls fixed. Really just a travesty in general. Oh, that is... Holy crap. Okay, so some of these are just the worst things ever, by the way. Like what I did here with these, that was just what we call a bad decision. That's so many draw calls. This room is a draw call. I mean in this area, the hidden grotto, because it's, you know, you have to try to find it, and it goes to the waterfall here. I can definitely be like, oh, make a what goes on in the grotto stays in the grotto joke. That's what I would call this room then. Oh. Teleported, it did. Run through it real fast. Just to see if it gives me the feel I'm looking for, you know? I imagine it does. Boing, 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 boing. A health for sanity. Boing, boing. It's kind of like Tastic over here. Fair enough. Boing, boing. That's not the worst. I mean, it's like the start of the room, so it's not like it's great. I just didn't hit the floor, by the way. I didn't know. Neither does that. Do any of those hit the floor? Did I miss on all of them? Holy crap. I did. I didn't even notice that they don't hit the floor. That's awful. I should check that before I copied them a million times, right? Oh, this will actually be hard to place them. Because I can't see them. Yeah. One whole person downloaded that. That's how crappy the old RPG Maker version was. Yeah, there's a reason why it's locked it away initially. I have no idea why all these are so high up in the air. They shouldn't be. Oh, it's like shift end, right? Puts it right down where it's supposed to be. Assuming it has the right anchor point. They typically don't, but sometimes they do. Probably happened was it probably accidentally deleted one of the last blind points because I didn't click off it. And I duplicated it a million times. And that's how we end up with this problem here. Alright, you merge them together. stand up for a second, move around a little. Got about 6 hours plus on the stream. Sounds about right. Right, start at 9. Actually, that's only like 4.5 hours. No. 5.5 hours. I'm gonna stand up for a second. We're back. That almost sounded good for a second there, and it just got boring. See when that happens, you get all excited about a track and it's like about to sound all creepy and weird, and then it's just great. That's so cool. Thanks for that. Spoiler, I'm not really thanking for that. Just saying, just saying. Oh, this is not even a static mesh. This is just an abomination. I see. Well, ain't nobody like abominations. Just like this one, the ascend balcony is just a normal one. Could have splined it, but I didn't. Damn. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's feisty. I guess to be fair, it doesn't quite go the whole way, huh? I could have just let this go the whole way here. I don't know why I didn't just do that and just leave it where it was. Which weird stretch crap there. Let's stretch this one a little bit. This one's just broken. I guess the upper area isn't very necessary though. But it could be. All right, click off the other spline there. Honestly, I probably should have just gotten rid of this and then just made one giant one. Oops. Well, I can't really go there. I can, but it'd be weird. slippers on or something. The best streaming shoes. Nope. My slip-on shoes, but they're not as slip-on as my slippers are. Clearly, there's a lot that needs to be fixed here. Clearly. Before I was just stretching these things. Then I made splines out of all of it. Seems kind of crazy to use the other when I could do this that looks 1,000 times better. I wish splines did right angles better. That'd be awesome. Sometimes they do it pretty well, but I guess this time they did pretty well. Cool. Lines are amazing. Just saying. Oh, no. Thought they were kind of a little too wide, but seems fine. Much better. Now it's not like a million of them. It fits. Perfect. I'll do a bunch of other ones too, but yeah, get rid of that there. This, I don't even know what's going on with this crap here. Everything's just broken. Got it. Right, anyway. I want to build pirate stuff up to here too, so that might be what happens. Guess I should have pushed this against the wall. So with that, you can look out at the city if you were standing there. That would be a thing. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. Or I just bend it the whole way. Just for additional funsies. Put some pillars and things to support all that, but be exciting. Obviously too steep, need to fix that. I'm obviously going to change that whole area. I leave a tunnel through here, and then more water going out this way. I might have to do some a special pool created there to do that, but we'll get to that. This needs to be all the way up here though, no matter what happens, so that you can go through the door. Everything else though, I can pretty much do what I please with. See how well it runs around. I might want to get rid of that bridge. Enemies can't really move across them very well, so it's pretty bad to leave them. I can't move them across them very well. Those are sticking up in the air. Excellent. There might be a hole there. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's really hard to tell. It's a very small hole if there's a hole there, I'm just saying. Finally a way to walk over to this pirate area. Never had one. Pretty easy to run up and down it. Okay. Yeah, I know you hate splines. Okay, we convert them over to static meshes now, so it's not even a problem. I was wondering how I was going to fix that error. Now I just fix it by fixing things for nanite. And then suddenly it's like, yep, we good. Okay, well, I can keep those actually, but I'm definitely getting rid of those. They look kind of cool. They are kind of their own platforming in a way, but I think it's more fun that the enemies can attack you than it is whatever's going on there. Fix the walls here too. I love me some splines. The splines understand. I can definitely tell this is one of the earlier rooms I did down here where everything is made out of these individual blocks. Well, not isn't, but I replaced a bunch of them with splines, but there's just a lot of these blocks there still. And they suck. I'm considering like a little mini pool over here. So I'm gonna grab one and drag it over. I'll unite them later, but for now. I see the water didn't make it. Sure. Okay, so for this to work, foot massager. Ooh, foot massager. That over. Yeah. Stream and get a foot massage? Hell yeah. Yeah. You're apparently pretty sore though. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna unite the bridges right there. Get rid of this crap that just is a nightmare. Grab a bridge. Actually, I don't really have to get a special. Well, I guess I'll get a special bridge and just run it through there and make it a little nicer. As you can see, this is a very rough area. It'll get better, but it's rough. I don't know which one's the right one. I have to double check and kind of unite them together because had no idea. Technically, Moonlit Garden's actually like 4-3, 4-4 combination of the two. I can get rid of this, though at that point, why is there even a way down? Could actually just put a ramp over here. There's actually two of these there? That's weird. Oh, foot massager's wonderful. Nice shiatsu one. I one for my chair too, but kind of a pain to set up. Like 3 or 4 minutes. You only do it for like 15 minutes and you gotta put it away again. Oh. It's not like the, foot massager where I could just, take my shoes off and turn it right on. It's just right there. Basically a perfect world. Well, they're never going to connect perfectly here, but it'll also be nighttime, so that's not a big deal. This should not be there because that's just weird. I'll pretend like these are supported by physics and not just whatever cartoony BS I've made up at the time. Those can stay. You. Don't really push anything at the moment, so I should probably do something about that. Oh yeah, I was gonna make it so that the water actually leaked into here, so they could, head through these, through the area to this thing. That's true. It's a much better idea for what I was doing for it. Plus, it can be at weird angles and just make this place a little more bizarre. Whole new life room heart makes enough noise that you can hear it. Interesting, there's a kill plane there I can't defend against? Wait, what? I don't have the Emperor? This doesn't really matter. Probably actually the case. There's probably a kill plane there. Can be protected from, yep. What I was missing. Nothing yet. I'll figure something out though. 9 times out of 10, the treasures in this game are usually keys to unlock some sort of thing. It's pretty rare that I just put collectible out all by itself that's any good. Or some goodie box somewhere it'll have a clue about a key behind a waterfall or something. This is definitely a better setup. I don't actually know why I have this. Potentially I might not want it. It's against the law. Let's see. Probably fair. I'm not keeping this section here. I don't think I am. It's kind of weird. It goes down to the water, but I don't really need that per se. And this whole underwater crap can go away because I don't give a crap about it anymore. I think I'm definitely gonna listen to another little pirate city just to make use of all the pirate stuff. And out here probably have like them traveling through the wall to get there. I'll barricade it with a waterfall so you can come back to it later if you have the Emperor. And get the Emperor out way later. Reasonable. Oh, so I stopped. I'll still want. I'll keep my finger. Yeah. Every streamer should have a foot massager. I'm just saying. Honestly, everybody should just have a foot massager. I know this wouldn't technically hold it up, but that's okay. And maybe I'll put holes in both. I gotta remake this wall anyway because it's obviously a travesty going on, whatever's going on here, but like it's ugly. Clearly needs to be dealt with. Let's switch everything out with the weird jungle look too. I might do that actually. It would make sense. Everything here has already been nanited. I sworn I did, but I'll double check. No, I forgot to. Well, 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 how the turns have tabled. Well, it's slowly becoming cool, full of all sorts of weird things. I mean, you know. There's still stuff I want to do to update the floor above as well, but overall, slowly getting there. Give me another couple weeks and I'll probably have the second floor designed, I imagine, with like some kind of idea of what I want most of the rooms to be, and then probably like a month after that where it's actually like more playable as an actual fun thing for Poppet and not just concept areas that are set up more for people. I guess I need to gamify them. Because if you're just running around killing things, it's just an RPG at that point. That ain't no fun. I settled on, let's see, the moon's going to be in here. I only care about the traversals, right? Because if it's not a traversal, I don't give it, it doesn't matter. I guess I get 2 traversals per area, I imagine, and I try to make most of the things a weapon instead, so this way I don't have to design around 9 million traversals, because then each new area I have to design around 2 additional traversals, which would mean the final areas would have, you know, like 10, 12 traversal mechanics on top of everything else, which is a lot. I never did figure out what was wrong with the AI on that one thing. Pretty cool to have a wall that goes through them. It'd be even cooler if the wall just kind of went through the whole place, right? So the boats could just travel along through all the water everywhere. I'd have to get rid of these crappy little things here, but they're just fine. Because the reality is I didn't really want them in the first place. They were just a thing I could kind of put there and pretend like it was intentional. Yeah. This room I can sort of just get rid of it. I had to put one wall right here. And then I can just get rid of it. And then I can redo these ones that have holes in them, even though they're kind of already done. Garden doesn't have space for water. Just like here, it doesn't have space for water. You could pop in a little ship that she could sail around too. And just make it so that all these areas are interconnected. Except Hidden Grotto, which you can't really just go into. Not going underwater. Yeah, the Emperor, you can already go underwater. I like the idea of having them interconnected. There's a hidden boat. I got a hidden boat. You could make the walls that hold it in out of metal instead. To go back to having more of a steampunk feel. Which might not be a bad idea. I don't want to lose that steampunk feel, right? But to be fair, the other area didn't have a very steampunk feel either. Until I went back and messed with it. Before that, it had almost no steampunk feel at all, so... I expect that'll happen with this one too, where I'll just make an area and then come back and make it more steampunky as I go. Pretty fair. It does seem to be my design method. At the same height. Not what I was intending to click on, but thank you. Okay, we're already at the same height. I guess it's fair. I probably copied it off the other one anyway. Oh, that's definitely better. Oops. Hmm. I'm feeling like getting up at friggin' 8:30 a.m. today. Let's go. I'll end up streaming tomorrow just to make up for not streaming Thursday. I've almost streamed 8 hours today anyway. No, I haven't yet. No. No, I'm only at 6.5. 6 hours and 38 minutes. Oh, okay. Not that far. I go at least 8 hours. After that, I don't know. Unless I fade out before that. Like I said, I got up really early today. I did manage to get a few hours sleep before it and then a few hours sleep later in the day, but it was definitely not a good amount of sleep. I like the setup so far. I'm probably getting rid of this ramp down, I guess. I don't really know if I need it. I guess it's interesting if you need to get out of the water, but if you... maybe. I have a death trap getting out of the water, but that's okay. I don't know why you're in the water in the first place. That's weird. You didn't do that. I might just get rid of it. Those can't even sail under. That's kind of weak. But eventually I'll have a hole in this. They can go through it. And maybe even now. I don't even know. That wall's so bad. Oh my god. Guess I can consider if I want this door where it's at or if I want it somewhere else. Though it's pretty matched along here, so I don't think I really want to change it too much. But I may run like holes through this here too, so if that's the case... this room doesn't even need this, because if the whole room is water, then it doesn't matter. Right? Part of the notes in this actually remind me of Final Fantasy Tactics in their combat. A lot of the tracks in this have like a slight reminder of something for me. They're not really that, but there's just enough notes that it seems like they stole those notes straight out of it. Just saying. Or whatever. Unfortunately, the water levels are so different here. If I had the boats going in there, I almost have to raise the boats up. Raise the water level. Am I doing that? Would be cool for an underwater area later. I gotta run the massager. It's got a heat option too, just to heat my feet anyway. I'm hiding the chat. Oops. Did I miss anything important? Nope. Oh, YouTube's picking back up. I was kind of figured it'd be dead after the double disconnect. Still have dreams of being monetized on there some year. Dreams, delusions, you know, whatever. Same thing. That means more money for the game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. The game. It's an important decision if I'm going to raise that water up or not. If I do, I have to make this ramp even more of a ramp. The reasoning for it is if I have like a bigger underwater area, then I can actually have like actual underwater areas. Like here you could have a whole underwater world if I wanted, because of the fact that it's so raised up. It's basically a floor. But over here, it's like a puddle. I mean, you know, you're like a third of a door. And this over in here is probably above the door. Almost certainly is above a door. So it's such a huge height difference. But I kind of wanted the boats to be able to go wander around, which would be pretty sweet. Problem is that waterfalls also that, plus if I can't raise it up too much, because if I do that then I can't use any of this under area here, which means I gotta remove all the boat stuff from there, which I guess I could do and just have it out here. If I do that, I can have more pirate stuff out here, which then makes the city can be bigger. Is that what I'm doing? Like 11.5 is the normal size their walls were. Clearly not going to be big enough there. So let's do 23, just do a double sizer. This wall needs a replacement anyway. I thought that was way closer than it turned out to be. T5. Awesome that the pipes just stick out there. I wanted to have the right bricks on it, so I want to try to select all the sides, which doesn't always work right. Sometimes random teleportation is a thing. Alright, let's see about where the water is. Way up here, right? We got so high up. Like, let's say I raise this water up to that level. Let's say I just copy paste the number and save myself a lot of effort. I would not have a lot of space to work with. It basically let you just travel between these two, and I could just raise this water up too to the same level. Which might be interesting to see, because then you just have like a weird shipway between all of them. Is that what I want? Would work well for the next area. Pretty mediocre for everything else, yes. Why is this water unclickable? Water base. Water base. Weird. It'd be like this height, and I could just merge the water together, I guess, and not have a waterfall? Is that... That'd be kind of weird. It could be a huge underwater area to work with. How dedicated am I to this underwater idea? Some of it seems kind of cool. It would basically be an entire world. As you can see, it raises the water up to kind of stupid. Well, it raises it up too high, basically. Unless I put a wall here that's super high. And then connect it from there. Like, I make this wall really high. Maybe I get rid of this lake area here because I've connected all the lakes. I could have like a little whale sub, or like a little shark sub section where you're just literally, you know, piloting like a little steampunk shark around or something. Blasting things for funsies. That would be kind of neat. And having a whole underwater, it means I could dedicate a lot more to it. Also, it would mean I wouldn't have to do as much designing here. Let's see. Let's play a game here, and the game is: what if it was in every room that height? What are we talking here? Are you already practically that height anyway? I think you're actually yeah, you're about the same height. Yeah, you are. So I'd just be connecting them all to an underwater world here that the boats could travel through, and that'd be kind of neat. This little boat, that's not a big enough hole for the boat. Obviously, the boat's huge. I'm just trying to click this thing here. Thank you. That would be kind of sweet. I'm not gonna lie. Just have this waterway between all of them and just big huge holes. Well, not too big going into there. Obviously, it has to be pretty big going into here, but I just dump that there, connect up the water. Like that. It is kind of neat. It does give you a whole other area to play with later. If there's something nearby, Poppet can't just jump through and do much of anything with it. I mean, she can, but she'll just fall in the water. I don't hate it. But it means I gotta redo a bunch of walls here if that's what's happening. But I think it works out better. Question mark. Well, let's keep working on this room first, because if I'm doing that and I'm making that the pirate, everything's getting moved. And then I gotta find a way to make it where you can get up into here. Which actually probably means Might have to ditch this midnight hallway thingy. Which leads into the little garden here. And if I want to ditch that or not. Problem is the sunken depths can't actually connect to it unless I create a channel between there and the current hidden grotto. It's pretty sweet the water is all connected. All right, stand up for a sec. If only, Wing Poo, if only. It would be, like if Time Traveler me decided to wander back in the past solely for the purpose of delivering me this finished game. Well, first off, Time Traveler me is a bro at that point, and the best person ever, but, second of all, I think Time Traveler me could probably do something way better with the time, like make us rich a different way. Maybe. But if you're really, really bored, and I mean like so bored you hate yourself, people begged me to put up the old RPG Maker version. Like I had left it on the 3rd prototype. It's unfinished, it's rough, it's not very good. But the link is currently sitting up there in case you are really bored. This is not a good game. Not a good game at all. No. Terrible. But now they can't be like, oh, put your game up in there. I was like halfway through the 4th prototype when I was like, F this noise. And you missed everything? I didn't say anything important right now. I was saying that, you know, if Time Traveler me, you know, came back and brought like the finished version of the game. Oh yeah, the old RPG Maker game is terrible. It was unfinished. It was a prototype. I was like, I used to, yeah, the are we doing a tour? I see. Fair enough. But yeah, I'll show you some things in a second here. The old shtick I used to have for streaming on YouTube was that I was just building my game the whole time, but I put the prototype up for people to test the whole time. And what this led to was people tested it the first time and then nobody ever tested it after that. So it's like, wait a minute. That's why I learned you only get one release. Hopefully it doesn't crash again. It's been having some crash issues because I keep working on stuff, so here's to hoping that it does not do that, because if it does, that will be the sad. Such sad. Wow. Yes. Well, that pipe's currently got no collision, right? We can fix that really fast, actually. Collision. Complex. Alright. Do it. Okay. I should fix that pipe. All that. Alright. So. We pause this music here and put down a nav mesh so we can, enemies can actually move. I know, it's weird. Enemies moving. Who does that? That's just not a thing that should be in games. Nav mesh bound volume. We'll do a tour in this room because, why not? Good of a room as any. All right. Also, welcome to the stream. Alright. The game's called Poppet Quest. You're playing as a woman who's been killed and her soul's been put into a doll. She's trying to escape the Whimsy Wonders toy factory. Oh, anytime. Definitely. Always happy to have people. The main mechanic of the game, this is just her dodging, is that if you're in the darkness, you gain curse power, which powers like all of your abilities. I'll go right over the darkness here. But you lose your sanity. If your sanity ever hits 0, you die. The curse takes you over, the curse wins. But if you go back to the light, you gain sanity, you just don't gain any curse power. And since curse power is all of your abilities, you kind of want it. Chooses tarot cards for her abilities. We'll go down the list with the oldie but goodie, the Fool, which is a giant squeaky toy. Fun to break things with it. Everyone loves it. Well, thanks. I'm definitely hard at work on it. It is a Metroidvania. I'm slowly making these control panels cooler and cooler with stuff in them. Not on Twitch. Wait, what? Are we not non-twitching about? Anything amazing? Because that's pretty rare, you're right. Nothing. Oh, hard at work. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I need to get myself a hot tub. Sit in that all day. Code. Yeah, so the magician lets you pick up small objects, such as friendly toys, blocks. Whoa, whatever happened there, I don't know. That's cool. It's a little glitchy. It's probably the glitchiest of all the ones. You can parkour things. Woohoo! Doot 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 doot. I remember to fix that pipe this time because it's had broken collision ever since I merged it. And then, you know, if you have the magician, you can actually open and close doors if you have the key. I have no idea how it did that, but it's exciting that it did. We'll go murder some things in here first. Did I leave this door open? No? Okay, I guess I can't show that then. We use some other fun abilities because, yeah, why not? This is Temperance. It's a bubble wand. It bubbles enemies. They'll eventually break out, but you can kill them while they're still in it, so, you know. The game has very little balance at the moment. I'm still making stuff, so balance is pretty far off the table at the moment, but... It's floating! Oh, no! This is the Empress. It's kind of like Bomberman. You, the blue mushrooms heal anyone nearby once they count to 10, and then, the red mushrooms damage things. As you can see, they'll damage anyone, even me. Oh, I think you sell yourself short. You just have to have a disgusting amount of time and a desire to waste it literally just making games, and you can make whatever you want. Wait, is that a good thing? Now you just gotta, you know, gotta work on it, and don't be afraid to fail. Goodness knows I have failed a lot. I am more than happy to show people on stream my litany of failures. Yes. One does not achieve greatness by accident. One fails their way to victory. Yes. Yes, indeed. Some of us have failed more than others, if you know what I'm saying. This is a Wheel of Fortune. Oh. Hard to see Poppet's face without a lot of light around. So it summons dice. And anyone nearby, when the die explodes, uses ability, takes damage. But they're kind of hard to hit with, so you gotta try to... Like, they do a lot of damage if you hit with them. And there's a healing version, too. Taking a second to load it, apparently. Oh, I just say things to be funny. And to be fair, you know, you gotta... I've definitely failed a lot. Like, I don't pretend like I didn't. All you gotta do is test out that RPG Maker game and see one of my failures. I learned a lot. Make no mistake about it. I don't know if I learned good things, but I learned a lot. Why is there no darkness? Is it glitched? It might be glitched. That's unfortunate. It glitched again. How did it glitch? I'll fix the glitch real fast by just simply loading again. Sometimes the lights are getting caught forever, and I'll just drop right back here. That's where I wanted to be anyway. Whoa, whoa, what was that? That was feisty. Whee! Plunk. Alright, turtle, it's the cycle of life. Into the pool you must go. Just a thing. Don't worry about it. This is where you would get the Empress, but I already have it equipped. Also, water normally kills you, but apparently this one is solid? I don't know, something's wrong with it. I also have the thing on to protect against it, so it doesn't make a difference. So the Empress can also grow and shrink plants, is its other ability. I was working on a steampunk shark. He's unfortunately stupid at the moment, but you know. He usually just gets himself stuck there. This is why steampunk sharks went extinct. But he's happy looking. Like 14 to 15 months, somewhere in there. I have to double check the exact thing there. I took a bunch of time off for health reasons, so I started it longer than that ago, that's true, but I took so much time off I didn't work on it. None of that. But I have a whole lot of streams that are still up on YouTube proving how much time I put into it, that's for certain. You can see many failures. Many dumb ideas too. Some good ideas too. Some ideas I threw out because it just didn't work, but other ones were good and I just couldn't use them. Thanks, D-Train. I did make new abilities too, so I guess I could show those off too. No, into the pool. Technically, I have all the dev stuff enabled, so I have like everything enabled that I've currently made. So I actually have double jump as well, and I could have just been using that the whole time. But listen, I didn't. That's my explanation. But since I'm just straight cheating, ha 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 ha. You're not supposed to have it at this point. Also, you're not supposed to jump in the water, but I have protection from the water, so it's fine. As you can see, like, I'm doing all 22 of the major arcana, and I'm doing like 3 abilities for each, so anyone with like, you know, multiple bubbles below them, that shows how many abilities have currently been made. The latest version, 5.54 million? I don't know what the current number is anymore. I can look. 5.54. I pretty much just update as soon as my plugins work with the next version. I'm a terrible person. You probably shouldn't do that, but I'm doing it anyway, so, you know. Feel free to question my judgment. I do. You secret passage. Secret tunnel. Secret rooms. We added in glass walls recently so you can see the city outside. As you go insane, it starts to show words in the sky. I probably should have showed off the mechanic of that. Hey, Appleby. Pretty good. Just showing the new guy the tour, if you will. Or girl, yeah, either or. No need to question. I question everything. Oh my god. I don't get out much. I need the amusement. Never question it, or do. It's fine, I do. Yeah, I definitely, yeah. Earlier in the stream, I actually showed off a whole lot of my history of what got me here, and there's some real dumb things there. It's pretty funny. I had some ideas I like, though. Collecting keys. I need to increase the key collection size, because I don't want to have to jump to get that. I just want it to collect. Seriously? What in the world? Oh, wait. Oh, I think I disabled this feature. I did, didn't I? Oh, never. Wait. What? Oh, because, yeah, now it's It's probably off this thing. Yeah. These are blocked entirely. That's unfortunate. I swapped who had the mechanic. Mistakes were made. Oh no. Yeah, so this is the insanity effect. As you can see, the words start appearing everywhere. Let me follow you. It's getting a little loud in here. It's fine. Oh no! Deserved. Double jump is so nice. I don't get to play very often with double jump. I don't even know when you're going to be getting double jump. Well, I put it in there anyway, because it's like the dumbest, easiest thing to add in the game. You don't have to do anything special. You increment one number and you're like, I'm done. What a great system. The star can trade sanity for health or health for sanity. In this case, we're going to do that. Health for sanity, which means you can go longer in the darkness. This pipe is, got weird collision now. This floor has no collision. I did make a bunch of changes recently, so if you're wondering what's up. Yep. You can come after me now, you suck. You stay back. Suck dice. Dice do lots of damage. If I can hit you with a... Sometimes they do lots of damage. They roll. They're either one of the most damaging things in the game or one of the least damaging things in the game. Okay. This one I've only actually added the ability for it to fire a bullet. It doesn't actually do anything special whatsoever, but it's important because Sheriff Poppet is now in the case, or I guess Detective Poppet. I'll have to get her in the light. I like her little gun. She goes pew, oh, pew, pew, pew. Liza P. I don't even know what this is, but I like it if it's like this. Yep. Detective Poppet is on the way. Plus, she's got jiggle physics now. She already had them, but now you're actually staring at her so you can see it. Good. Alright, and I'm gonna have to fire it. No! The gun sucks anyway. Why? You can also go outside if you use the windows too. You only die if you leave the building. You can go wander around outside if you think it's fun. See the moon and everything like that. Anyway. I see. Oh, I didn't grab the pump room key? Wait, what? Didn't I? It's literally right up here. How did I not grab it? Am I dumb? Did the name get changed? I have questions. I need to double check this. Oh god, I can't land on this thing. I'm terrible at my own game. Alright, you two are about to get mooned. A moon! The moon makes clones of you. And then when you're bored, you can detonate the clones. Yay! Detonate the clones. The clones are supposed to also take hits for you, but I haven't programmed them in yet, so... Wanna come play, buddy? Come hang out with me. Come on. What you doing? Ow, you suck. I'll take a look at it. Well, I can play games on the stream, but then I wouldn't be working on my game, and nothing would ever get done. Nothing ever gets done. It's actually harder with double jump because I'm not used to it. Nope. Really? Can you not jump on those? That's interesting. I thought you could. You must have weird collision. I might have to change that. Anyway. This is the one known as Poppet Moon. She's part of the Sailor Scouts, but she's the one nobody talks about. Because she kills people. I think. Yeah, oh wait, I didn't grab the key. These things have the lowest distance to grab them. Holy crap. Unimpressed. Yay! See if I got bugged or not. I've been getting bugged a lot as far as the light thing. I think I'm bugged again. Yeah, I probably am. I don't know how that's happening. Huh. Anyway, I'll show off a different area so I can show the mechanics. I guess I could do this room. So that there nav mesh down for this room? There most certainly is. Usually I do the Hierophant room, but I think I've done it like 3 or 4 times today. But why is it P? What has happened for every game that I ever play is Epic has to give it to me for free because it's like every game I play anymore. Almost every game has just been given to me for free. Admittedly, I never have time to play. Pew 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 pew. This thing is not even good, but it doesn't matter. Because I haven't put anything in for it yet. Yeah, the Magician can also manipulate drawers, cupboards. For platforming goodness. This is a good chain room because it uses a lot of the abilities. Going through the pipes, going through the pipes. There's possessed objects in the game, and the Hierophant will make them behave. If this is not on, you will go falling when you try to hit them. They will just dump you. But apparently, the new version of these floating objects, some of them get lost. That's a problem. Is there supposed to be one here that's not there? This would not have been possible otherwise. I wonder where it went. That's weird. Yeah, one of them's missing. I need to investigate that. That makes the game unbeatable. Also, show off the steampunk piano. Well, I guess I gotta get to it. It's just kind of a challenge. Also, actually, you know, I'll show off the toy world because I haven't done that in a while. And the bouncy couch. Wing! Yay, bouncy couch. Wing! I don't get out much, okay? Don't judge. Oh, well, there was a lot of characters whose souls were stuck into dolls. One of them, her soul got stuck in the paintings, so she lets you travel through the paintings to the painting world, which is like a little space that connects them all. It serves as the game's map travel, and you can save dolls by throwing them into there. Some of them, anyway. If you do, they'll open up little buildings here, or just provide little quests or whatever. Oh. Also, she has pink eye suddenly. Whenever I switched to DirectX 12, she got pink eye. So all I can tell you is DirectX 12 is infectious. You should never use it. Okay? I don't know what happened. She was doing good, and then pink eye. Yeah, it's Tinka, my Discord's favorite waifu. Doing her thing. This is the painting world. With a little shop, too. Oh, look, her hat got changed color, too. I didn't realize. I guess I did clone her hat, and it's okay, weird. You buy things basically just by talking to them, and then just get the money, you can grab them. If not, well, you don't get them. There you go. I have the wrong game mode enabled right now, so it'll randomly place me back on the map, which could make it completely unbeatable, but I'm just going to jump back into one of the areas and hope for the best, right? Just to see where I end up. We actually end up here. Actually end up at the correct location. That's unfortunate. I didn't want it this one at all. I guess to be fair, this is open, so I can go through the Hierophant room if I want, or the chapel. Chapel. I'm gonna reduce the lag a little bit here. You know, I've kind of already shown off all these abilities for the most part. Well, the ones that do anything really particularly interesting at the moment. The Emperor's will protect you from the water.